Hello beautiful humans, my name is Taryn and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about all of the books I read in March. And besties, I read a lot of books in March. I actually had a really good reading month, so I'm excited to talk about a lot of these with you. And then some of them, I actually DNF'd 2 books this month. Whoa, wait. Yeah, I just DNF'd 2. And those are the first 2 books that I've DNF'd this year. Drama! Also, yes, I do live in Florida, and yes, I am wearing a turtleneck. It's fine. Ignore it. Don't make fun of me. Thank you. Okay, so I am going to pull up my Goodreads, which I have linked below. You can also search me, but I don't really know how to search on Goodreads, so I would just go to my link tree and find my Goodreads from there because yeah, I don't personally know how to, but if you do, then cool beans. Let's pull this up just in case I forgot anything, and let's start. Well, I guess I'm not going in the order that I read them in March, or should I do that? Maybe I will do that. Okay, well then all of these are backwards, so please hold. They're still not going to be in order, but it's fine. So I started off the month with Flawless by Elsie Silver, and this got me into my cowboy era, which I think is my favorite era ever. Oh my god. Okay, so this one, I don't remember who these are about. I'm so sorry. Rhett and Summer. Rhett is a professional bull rider, and Summer is pretty much his agent. Yeah, she's his agent who has to like keep him under control, and so she ends up living on his family's ranch and going with him everywhere. And of course, you know, things happen. They fall in love, and it's super cute, and I loved every second of it. I did give this one, yeah, I gave this one 4 stars because I just knew that it could like get better. Now, you want me to tell you? It got better. It got better. This is Heartless, also by Elsie Silver. This is the second book in the series. I believe there's going to be 4, but there could be more. Do not quote me on that. This one, hands down, oh my goodness gracious. I gave it 5 stars. Okay, this follows Rhett's older brother, Cade, right? I knew it. I knew it was Daddy Cade. This follows his older brother Cade and Willa, which is Summer's best friend. And Cade needs a babysitter for his son. He is a single dad. He needs a babysitter for his son, and he does not want any girl that he is going to fall in love with. And then enters Willa. There's an age gap. It's single dad, nanny romance. It is utter perfection. I loved this book so freaking much. I want everyone to read this. I mean, I want everyone to read the whole series, but especially this one. So good. Okay, after I read Flawless, I did a reread of Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. Yeah, House of Earth and Blood. I tabbed it this time, and I had the best, most fabulous time ever. The first time I read this, I gave it 3.5 stars. What was wrong with me? I'm not quite sure, because reading it back, 5 stars. 5 stars. So amazing. I'm obsessed with Bryce. I want to be Bryce. This is so freaking good. I do recommend, if you haven't read any SJM books before, don't start with this one. I would start with McIntire and then go to Throne of Glass and then read Crescent City. I know that's not in the order that they came out, but that is the order that I highly recommend. Okay? But yeah, 5 stars. And then at the very end of the month, but since I'm already talking about the series, I then read Crescent City 2, House of Sky and Breath, and tabbed it again, and once again, 5 stars. Amazing, perfect, beautiful. I will say that the ending made me furious. And if you know, then you know, but I'm mad. Okay, and I'm even more mad that I read this in March and then have to wait an entire year to get the 3rd book. But both 5 stars, both amazing. God, I love them so much. Next up, I read, which which one comes first? I read Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry. This is the Eden series, and I really liked this. It gave very Things We Never Got Over vibes. If you liked that book but you thought it was too long, then pick this one up because they're very, very similar. Let me check what I rated this one. I don't remember. I want to say I rated it 4 stars, maybe 3.5 though. 3.5. Okay, I rated it 3.5 stars. I liked it, but I personally, I mean, I loved Things We Never Got Over. I wanted more from this. I wanted a longer story. I wanted more from them in the, like, in an epilogue. I don't even remember if there was an epilogue, but I wanted an epilogue. I wanted more, okay? I literally think that's what I said in my thing. Yeah. I really like this book, but I just wanted more. But I still liked it. So this follows Winslow, which I'm pretty sure they call her Winnie, and one of the Eden children, Griffin. Winslow and Griffin. Winslow is the new, like, deputy, new sheriff. Yeah, the new sheriff in town, and it's a small town, so no one is like really obsessed with her yet, but then she has a one-night stand with this random man who she doesn't think is a townie. I'm gonna call him townie, and it turns out he's Griffin Eden, and the Edens like run the entire town. So yeah, and then crazy stuff happens, and I cried a lot in this book, but that's mostly because it does talk about one of the family members having dementia, and that hits really close to home. So if that is a sore subject for you, just know that that's in the book. But yeah, it was 3.5 stars. I really liked it. I just wanted Maas from them. Maas. I did like it though. And then, since we're talking about this series, wow, I read quite a few series, I guess. I then read Juniper Hill, which is the second book in the Eden series by Devney Perry. I said it like I was her like friend. And this is about Memphis and Knox. I gave this book 5 stars. And I loved it so much. Memphis is a single mom, which if you can't tell, I'm a fan of that trope. Single mom, single dad, single parent, you know. Memphis is a single mom who moves to the town of Quincy. I forgot where they lived. Who moves to the town of Quincy to work for the Edens, one of their sisters, in the hotel. And she doesn't really have a place to stay, so she ends up staying at Knox's in his like garage, like the upstairs garage, whatever, that's like a loft kind of thing. And well, Knox is the man of my dreams. Ed, I just loved him so much. This book was so cute. I loved everything about it. Single parent. He's a chef. Small town. Oh God. It was so good, okay? I highly recommend it. Just, they're short books, so like read them, love them, live them. I can't wait to keep reading about this family. I read this month. I mean last month. I read this in March. It feels like I read this an entire year ago. That's the like physical, how else do I say, torture that I went through with this book. I really read Credence in March. Okay, so I read Credence and I gave it a 3.5 star. And well, honestly, I haven't stopped thinking about this book, but I went through it, and if you want to see my reactions, I have them both on TikTok and on my Instagram, because literally, what was this book? But like, it doesn't leave your mind. Like, you can't ever stop thinking about it, and I couldn't stop reading it because I needed to know what happened, who got with who, and why. That's Credence. Read this if you like Penelope Douglas, if you like family drama, if you like books that will make you go, what the actual hellhole am I reading? That's Credence. After that mess of a book, I picked up Restore Me by Tahira Mafi. This is the 4th book in the Shatter Me series. I have loved the Shatter Me series so far, like 5 stars for the first 3 books. Well, like 4.5, 5 stars for the first 3 books. And then I got to this one, and I feel like, I mean, I get that books are like this, right? They're made up, okay? I read fiction, whatever. But like, it literally felt like this was pulled from nowhere just to keep the story going, and it could have stopped after the third book. So I did give this, like, I think a 3.5 star, which is so sad for me because I love her books. I love her writing. It's normally so easy to read, but this one I was just bored. Let me check. Yeah, I gave it a 3.5 star. What the heck? What the heck? I am excited to continue reading though because my 2 angel babies, I need the next book. You know what I mean? If you've read this, you know what I mean. I need the next book. Okay. And then I met my favorite book boyfriend ever. No one can top this man ever. This is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and you guys know that I'm the biggest fan of this woman. I am obsessed with her, and I need to be her best friend. Okay? So this follows Daniel and Alexis, who are just the complete opposites. This is like top tier opposites attract right here. Daniel is this farmer, not really. He's the mayor of a small town who runs an inn and like deals with animals and kind of does everything and is like the jack of all trades, the most perfect human in the entire world. Alexis is an ER doctor, ER surgeon, something like that, who is getting divorced, is going through a rough breakup with this just total... Actually, are they just breaking up? They were never married. Were they married? I don't remember if she was married because he is irrelevant. I don't know if she was married to him or if they were just breaking up or whatnot, but toxic man. She's trying to get out of that. She has a one-night stand with Mr. Daniel here, and then sparks fly. She falls in love. He falls hard. He falls head over freaking heels in love with this woman. He wants to put her on her pedestal. She is the sun in his world. Oh my God. Daniel. Everyone deserves a Daniel. Okay? I highly recommend this one. I really liked it. I was kind of scared because I didn't know how the ending was going to go at all, just because of like the way everything was going, but I love the ending. I love everything about this book. 5 million stars if I did not say that already. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Did I talk about my DNFs at the end? I think I will. No, maybe I'll split them up so that it doesn't seem like I'm super negative, you know? I started A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime by Monica Murphy. I even was like tabbing it, having a good time. I got to page maybe 150-ish and I was like, I can't do it anymore. I couldn't read anymore, and so many people recommended this to me, and maybe I'll pick it up again, but probably, honestly, no. Stop saying that, Taryn. You're not going to pick it up again. This is a high school romance, okay? And it has spicy things in it, and I don't know if it's because I was a high school teacher. I can't vibe with reading that. Now, if you give me a cute rom-com, no spice, high school romance, I'm fine reading that. Like, you give me Better Than the Movies by Len Painter, I absolutely ate that book up. But something about a spicy high school romance doesn't do it for me. It gives me the ick and I can't do it. And now I'm glad that I know that. Honestly, I'm glad because I won't pick up another book like that. Okay? So I DNF'd this one. Again, a lot of people loved it. A lot of people loved it. It wasn't my cup of tea. Okay? Okay. Okay, since we're talking about not my cup of tea. I read A Court of the Vampire Queen by Kate Robert. It is Katie, by the way. It's Katie Robert. She said her name in a reel, and now I can say her name is Katie. It's not Kate. Why I thought it was Kate when there's 2 E's and the 2 E's literally mean E? I don't know. But okay, Katie Robert. I gave this a 2.5 star, and that makes me so sad because Katie right here, is my girl. I love all of her books so much. Her Dark Olympus series is one of my like favorite dark romance series, but Lord have mercy, this book, I don't even know what happened here. I don't know. I skimmed the last 200 pages because I wanted it to be over. I wanted it to be over so bad. Did I say 2.5 stars? 2 stars. 2 stars. It doesn't deserve the half. I take it back. I take it back, okay? The spice, I will say, immaculate. Beautiful spice. Beautiful spice. No plot. And then she tried to make a plot. Why? Why did you try to make a plot at the end? Why was this almost, actually, why was this almost 500 pages of straight smut? Nothing else in this book. If this was a 200-page book, I'd be down. No, it was 500 pages and I wasn't down. And then, because that hurt to read, I needed a nice, cute rom-com to just lift me back up. And no one writes a better rom-com, in my opinion, just like a nice, simple rom-com, okay, than Tessa Bailey. So I read Wilds of Tame, which is the second book in the Meet the Clarkson series by her. I read the first one in like January. But this follows the brother of the first girl, Erin, and Grace. Erin is a, what's it called? A politician. Erin's a politician, and Grace is the daughter of a governor, maybe, that Erin wants to work for. So it's kind of like forbidden love. She has a lot of trauma. He has a lot of trauma. I thought it was super cute. I gave it a 3.5, maybe. Yeah, I gave it a 3.5 star because I did like this one more than the first one, I think. I don't remember what I did the first one. I don't know. It was a cute rom-com. You want something cute, then pick up a Tessa Bailey book. I found this one easier to read than some of her other ones. Like, it was faster paced for me. Erin was super in love with this girl, but also was like, I'm a bad guy, you know? And sometimes I get tired of the whole, I'm a bad guy, I'm not good for you. I get a little tired of that. Like, girls can make up their own minds, you know? I loved Grace, though. I really did love Grace. Sometimes she was a little childish, but I mean, I think she was only like 20 something. So am I. I'm not a child. Whatever. It was cute. After that, I read Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. I gave this one 3.5 stars. This is a mafia romance following Ada and Callum, who hate each other and then were forced into marriage. And we know that I love a good forced marriage trope, but I also know that Sophie Lark can write a lot better than this book. That's why I gave it a 3.5 star, because I just feel like the series is just going to keep building. They're going to get better and better and better. But I do think that this was a good start to like the whole series, I guess. Yeah, all I can say, mafia romance, and I don't normally say enemies to lovers in romance books. Like, I feel like an enemies to lovers is solely in like, the fantasy world, because like they're really enemies, you know what I mean? These guys are really enemies. Like, they really do be trying to kill each other, and then they really do be falling in love, you know? It was cute. 3.5 stars. I said that. And then the last book, this is the last book that I read of the month, but this is the last like physical copy that I have, and I bought this after I listened to it. So this was actually one of my audiobooks for the month, and that is Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, and I love this book. This is hands down going to be one of my top reads of the entire year. I just posted a review about this book yesterday, and I was literally almost in tears while writing it, because this is just utter perfection. It's beautiful, it's perfect, it's heartwarming, it's heartbreaking, it's just magnificent. Oh my god. Now, again, I listened to it on audio, and I will highly, 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 highly recommend everyone listen to this on audio, because I do know that the chapters are super long, and my brain power can't really focus on long chapters. So I do think that if I was physically reading this without the audio, I wouldn't be able to get through it. But because the audio was the most perfect thing in the entire world, this book is the most perfect thing in the entire world. Okay, this talks about grief, this talks about death, this talks about what happens after death, and it was just the most beautiful take ever. I was like 20 minutes into the book, like listening to it, and I called my mom and I was like, Mom, check this out on Libby. I told my boss, I said, Rochelle, check this out on Libby and then share it with everyone. I just need everyone to read, listen. I don't know what other form of books there are, but please just pick this one up and inhale it. It's so good. This is definitely going to be a book that I like listen to every single year because it's just absolutely perfect. Should I tell you more about it? I kind of don't want to. I said it follows grief, death, and what happens afterwards. And I feel like that is a perfect explanation. And it's just, if you don't know TJ Klune's writing, it's just beautiful. And it really is like a warm hug in a book. Like, I felt like I was like, just like a gentle squeeze. Unless you don't like gentle squeezes. If you like a physical, you know, like that's kind of hug. Like, it's just what I needed in a book at the end of the month. I needed it, and it was perfect. Again, I will say it, okay? I will say it. Now, let's talk about the other audiobooks that I listened to this month. I listened to Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney, and I gave this book 4 stars. With most of Alice Feeney's book, because I'm going on a kick right now, I'm absolutely loving her writing and everything about it. Most Alice Feeney books and just thrillers in general, I find that I'm kind of bored for the first probably 75 pages because they're trying to like build what's happening, like what's going to be so thrilling about the book, and it's just kind of mundane. It's very boring. It's very day-to-day kind of stuff, and that's how this book felt until that, like, I listened to it. So I'm gonna say that 30% mark because that's what I wrote down here. Oh my god, it got wild. It got wild. I was not expecting everything to happen that happened. It was very murder mystery, very Clue. And then the ending, I sobbed. I wasn't expecting that. Who cries in a thriller? Me, apparently. It was so good. I do also recommend the audiobook because I feel like a lot of people tried to read this one, and like I said, it's very mundane in the beginning, so it's boring. Like, I feel like a lot of thrillers are like that though. They're just taking you day by day, like, why is this thriller about to thrill, you know? That was stupid, but it's fine. But yeah, the audiobook was super good, and there was accents because I'm pretty sure Alice Feeney is like across the pond, you know? I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. And I recommend that you read it, and every Alice Feeney book that she has. And let's talk about my next DNF because this was also a book that I tried to listen to. I tried to listen to The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. No. I got 25% in and couldn't tell you a single thing that happened. I couldn't tell you what it was about. Actually, there was magic and there was a circus tent, and there was old people and there was young people, and there was a bajillion more people in between, and I could not tell you a single character. I don't know if it was like different timelines. I don't know if it was like a then and now. I have no idea, and I don't know if it's because I listened to the audio that I wasn't understanding it, but I just was not understanding anything that was going on. And even in the audiobook, it wasn't like they didn't have chapters. It was just like literally on the audio, instead of saying chapter 1, it said the sentence, I think. I don't know. I didn't like it. I could not keep listening to it. It was physically putting me in a bad mood, so I stopped. And then I read 2 Kindle books this month. I read Beneath the Stands by Emily McIntire. This is the 2nd book in her Sugar Lake series. I gave this one 3 stars. So I actually really liked the first book in the series. It was about, 2 characters that, you know, it was like a second chance romance. This second book is about the main female character in the first book, her brother and her best friend, and them like getting together, falling in love and all that stuff. I think that I would have liked it if it wasn't written the way that it was written. And I'll explain, okay? So you read everything in the first book, right? You literally read it again in the second book, just from someone else's point of view. And I hated that. I feel like if it picked up where the last book left off and then had flashbacks, I would have loved it so much more. But because I literally read about, I can't think of their names, okay, but the main female character in the first book, her dad went through, or like was an alcoholic, and they went to like this party at one point. I literally read that party again just from the brother's point of view and the best friend's point of view, and I just like, I didn't want to relive it. I don't know, I just feel like it could have been told in a different way that I would have liked more. So I gave it 3 stars. Because Emily's Spice, Emily's Spice is fabulous. Also, there was like, he was also getting married and doing things with the other girl, and that's not okay, okay? Sometimes I'm okay with it in books. This time I just like not, because the wife or the fiance, didn't do anything bad. She was a nice person, and I hate that. Like when nice people get hurt, you know, bad people, whatever. But I was also given the most wonderful opportunity to get the arc for The Fae Princes by Nikki St. Crowe, and I ate that book up. It is the fourth book in the Vicious Lost Boys series by her, which is like a Peter Pan retelling. It's also a Why Choose romance. It's also like fantasy because it's like there's fae. There obviously it's called The Fae Princes. There's just I loved it so much. I gave this one 5 stars. I truly think that this is my favorite one out of the entire series. It was so good. I will also say though that the twins, the Fae boys, those are my favorite characters, so I might be a little biased that this book is my favorite because it was a lot about them, but like the ending, like the way the characters have been built from the first book, oh god, it's so good. I do highly recommend this series if you like dark Why Choose romances. If you don't, stay away, but if you do dark Why Choose short romances, these are the books for you. They're so good. They're all on Kindle Unlimited and they're perfection. I like can't really tell you a lot, I feel like, about a lot of these books because they're like multiples, like, or like the second in the series, so like I can't tell you about it because then there's the first in the series, you know what I mean. Okay, and the last book that I read on my Kindle was The Housemaid's Secret by Freida McFadden. This is the second book in the Housemaid series. I gave this one a 4-star. I really liked it, but Millie, who is our main character in both The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret, like she is just the one, she's the housemaid, okay? I don't remember her being so annoying. Like I remember her being very independent in the first one, very like not stupid, I don't know. And then in this book she was just not portrayed the best. Like she annoyed the ever-loving crap out of me. I could not stand reading her like thought process. It physically hurt me. Okay, I will say I didn't see what was happening. I didn't see that. I didn't see it coming. I did not see it coming. And if you like short chapters and a good thriller, I mean, Freida is definitely the way to go. She's an amazing author. But yeah, I didn't see it coming. And I saw the housemaid, right? That's the first book in the series. I kind of saw exactly where that was going. Like I very much knew, but this one, whoa, that caught me by surprise, okay? A good surprise, because damn, right? If you've read it, you know. So yeah, did I say I gave it 4 stars? Okay, she was annoying, but the book was good. And those are the 19 books that I read in the month of March. I don't know how I got through so many books. That's a lie. I don't have a life, okay? I like don't hang out with friends. I just read all the time, and that's okay with me because then I get to talk to you guys about books, and you guys are my friends, right? Say yes. Well, besties, I hope you also had a fabulous reading month. Let me know what your favorite book of March was. Again, I'm dead set here. Under the Whispering Door, favorite book of the month. It's going to be one of my top books of the year. I promise you. If it's not, I read some good freaking books for the rest of the year, but right now, so good. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I post more videos. I hope you have a great day, night, month, year, all of those things, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye, beautiful humans.